The Andromeda Evolution by Michael Crichton and Daniel H. Wilson is a novel made a sequel with the blessing of the estate and Michael's wife. So this book is a sequel to the Andromeda Strain. If you're unfamiliar, it is a hard-boiled science fiction tale of a satellite crashing to a small small town, and the residents open up the satellite and they get wiped out by this alien microbe called the Andromeda Strain, and it mutates, and basically this scientist must contain this microbe before it wipes out everyone on Earth. And it's a really good science fiction tale, pretty decent movie as well. So I wanted to check out the sequel book, obviously, because Michael Crichton is my favorite author, and he has a blessing from the estate. So this book starts off with the jungle in Brazil, and there's an Amazon jungle, and this strange substance starts growing out of the ground because it fell from a satellite. Different countries have been trying to experiment with the Andromeda Strain, whatever fragments they found left, in order to weaponize it. And I guess a broken satellite fell, created something in the jungle, and now all these different countries are after it. So overall, this book is okay. I felt like the book takes a little bit long to get started. They start with the whole prologue. They start with the crew being brought in, the crew of scientists. And the book is kind of short at 350 pages. There's a lot of tropish stuff in there I don't like a sort of cowardly main character, lots of big tech. There's a nice twist near the end. I felt like the book, however, was a little bit too sensationalized. It's less sci-fi and more, you know, grandiose in terms of plot, for one thing. And overall, I guess the book's okay. It's a fast read. However, I didn't quite love it. It's not because of the new writer. If Michael Crichton wrote this book, I wouldn't have loved it either, because I felt like the characters were a little bit too one-dimensional, for one thing. And I guess there's some needless action scenes in there, just sort of peppered in there a little bit. And I'll be honest, Michael Crichton's not the greatest when it comes to sequels. I find The Lost World one of the worst books he's ever written. Probably his worst book, to be honest, and one of the worst books I've ever actually read. Even though he is my favorite writer, The Lost World is a pretty poor book. So the Andromeda Strain kind of like pushes the boundaries. There's too much going on, for one thing. It's a very ambitious novel in terms of ideas and things like that, but plot-wise it's very basic. Team of scientists go in the jungle. They have to stop a thing. They stop the thing. The end. Maybe a few things going on in there, but you know, overall it's a quick read. Sometimes the book, oh yeah, there's one more thing I have to mention. The book is done in the perspective of as if this book is real. I mean that in the sense that if you've ever heard of the concept of Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, when you read that book, they're treating it as like a journal, a hidden journal found. Like everything in the book is not fiction. Kind of annoying. Same with the book, because they talk about like the team they begin the book by talking about how they succeeded. And that because they succeeded, this book was made in like a sort of honor of their sacrifice to stop the Andromeda Evolution. And they also have Michael Crichton quotes throughout the book, and they keep trying to like make these references to the real world. It feels really awkward. I didn't really like it. I don't know if Michael Crichton wrote the sequel like that, but I didn't like that aspect. I felt it kind of drew me out. I should have just went for a hard-boiled science fiction sequel, not try to play around with the fourth wall. Other than that, though, the Andromeda Evolution is a fast read. It's not awful, but could have been better, I think. That's what I feel about the Andromeda Evolution.